little bit of a haul to show you. I alluded to, I think it was last week or the week before, that I wanted to place an order for the latest waffle flower release, and I did that. I ordered from Marker Pop and it was back ordered, but I've since received the full order, so I thought that I would show that off because I have it still sitting over here and I might like to get it put away. So we'll jump into that. And also I just wanted to say hello, do a little life chat update type thing today. It's softball season is kind of in full swing, so we've been traveling for practices and stuff. My daughter has also started karate. So we have karate 1 to 3 nights a week and we have 2 nights of softball, but drama is over. Her play was actually last night, so drama club is over for the season, and so now we just have other stuff going on, and karate is kind of like, it's going to be an all year round thing, and I hope she likes it, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. We've been looking for things to do for her that are where she can work on her self-esteem issues and things like that. So my husband used to do karate when he was a child, and actually his mother, my mother-in-law, is currently a karate teacher. She's in her 70s and doing great, and they both just talk the world about it and how it can help her so much. So she went to her first one this week and she likes it, so fingers crossed. We prepaid for 4 months. We're contractually obligated for new people. We had to prepay for 4 months, and then it's month to month after that, but so fingers crossed that it works out, because I wrote a really big check for that earlier this week. So that's kind of what's going on in our life. The weather here has been gorgeous. It's really windy, but it's in the 50s today, so I have the windows open. Well, one of the windows open, and the cats are fighting over who gets to be in the window. In crafting news, I've been working on just putting together some cards. I have a whole pile of coloring that I've done at the practices so far, softball practices, and I have them all die cut. So I'm in the process of turning them into cards. I'll give you a little sneak peek of some of the cards. I've been turning these die cuts into cards, so I've been working on those, and that's a W+9 set. That one's actually drying, so it's sitting in my little drawer over here. So I've been working on that. I still haven't really had a chance to touch my Hero Arts April kit yet. That's kind of on the menu. The baby shower that my sister and I are hosting for our other sister is next Saturday, so 1 week and 1 day. So we're kind of in crunch time mode with that. We've actually got our shopping lists all planned, and I'm making the decor. Actually, I'm using my Cricut this weekend, so that's one of the reasons why I want to do this haul and get everything out of the way, because I have to clear off the desk to pull the Cricut out, because the Cricut takes up a lot of room. It takes up a foot in front of it and a foot behind it in order to use it with the mat. So I'm going to be making a banner and some other stuff, but I did do a lot of other shopping, hit the Dollar Tree for cups and plates and, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, so working on that this weekend, and maybe some other crafty stuff. I'm not sure. I wanted to make, I might as well show you the haul while I'm at it. As you guys may recall, my sister, the one who's hosting the shower with me, my sister's cat passed away. So when Waffle Flower came out with this sentiment set here, this is their Rainbow Bridge sentiments from their latest release. I immediately thought of my sister and I had to have it, and this is one of the items that was back ordered. That I'm now happy is in, and I plan to make my sister and her husband a card, and I'll give it to them when I see them next week, because I'm going over a couple hours to, the shower's actually at their house. I'm going over a couple hours early to help set up, so I'll bring them a card, but just love these sentiments here. They're great. And then of course I snagged the cat Rainbow Bridge die, and this is kind of on the small side. I thought it was going to be, this is, you know, pay attention to your measurements. I thought it was going to be a full A2 size die, and it's not. It's about 3 inches by 4 inches. So it's certainly big enough to be a focal point, but it's not big enough for the whole front of the die. And you know what should have been the tip off is the price point. Duh, right? I think it was only around $8 or $9 versus like a full, you know, A2 background die is usually in the $20 range. So you'd think, but nope, not me. I was not thinking. Anyway, I'm still really happy to have it. It's really pretty. And I plan to work with some watercolors and kind of experiment a bit on doing some watercolor backgrounds with this one. And also I thought this might be nice for faux stained glass inlaid techniques. So we'll see. So I picked up the cat one and I figured I might as well grab the dog one while I was at it. In my family, we're not dog people, but you know, we love people that love dogs, so have this on hand for those very unfortunate and heartbreaking occasions. But this is a really nice set. And again, I got all of these from Marker Pop. It was a really good price. And it was not that bad. I think it was only like maybe a 4 or 5 day wait for the things to be restocked, so that was cool. And then also I picked up from their new release, this is the batter set. My daughter plays softball, as you know, so I plan to make a bunch of different softball type themed things for her and her coaches and teammates and stuff like that. Just really fun cards. And I grabbed the coordinating dies to go with that. Rumor has it that Waffle Flower has recently switched their die manufacturer, so they're able to offer their dies at a much more economical price than they could before. And all of their dies come separated, and they come with this large magnet sheet already. And it's this great magnet. So what a value you get for all these dies that are already all broken apart, and oh my goodness, it's great. Absolutely super pleased with that. I'm so glad that I got the coordinating dies to go with this. Well, I'm always glad to get the coordinating dies for everything because I hate fussy cutting. I'm glad to have this. It's really neat. And I love the rainbow packaging that they have, and I don't know why it's just on their dies or their combo packs that they do the rainbow packaging, because I think it would be really pretty on the stamp sets too. And I say all this and I don't even keep the packaging. I'll transfer everything to my pockets. So also, while I was placing my Marker Pop order, I grabbed the Lawn Fawn Clear Embossing and Watermark ink pad. I am running kind of a little low on my last Versamark pad, so I thought instead of reordering the Versamark, I would give the Lawn Fawn a try. This is fairly new. I think just within the past year or so they came out with their clear ink pad. And it's a lot more economical than the Versamark pad, which is around $9 at my Michaels, and I think this was around $4 or $5, so that's cool. And I also grabbed the last Gonzai Tambi Pearlescent Colors watercolor 6-pack that they had. This is the other one. I had previously picked this one up from Marker Pop. So now I have them both, and as far as I know, these are the only two that they have at Marker Pop. So that is cool. And actually, I've been working with I have it out, so I'll just show you. This is the Waffle Flower color swatch stamp set that I have. And I've actually been working on my color swatches because I picked up, if you guys have seen my spring haul, you already know all about this, but I picked up the large 36 set of the Gonzai Tambis from Amazon when it was on sale last month or the month before, and they're beautiful. And I did do a little bit of the swatch inside the box just so that I could get kind of an idea of what the color is, but then I went in and actually swatched everything out in order. And then these are the pearl ones here. I think I'm gonna have to redo it on black cardstock to kind of get the full effect of the sheen. But they're really pretty, and I figured this was good enough. And a lot of these colors, I actually don't see myself using them so much by themselves, but maybe using them mixed with another color, something darker to, you know, give it a little bit of pearlescence. I'm not very good at swatching stuff out, as you can see, but I figure this is kind of good enough for now, kind of to get an idea. I don't do artist, you know, grade projects anyway, but I really do like this stamp set. I did some footage of me, because my original thought was, oh, you know, I'll just do a video, voiceover video with all of my swatching, but like I was 2 hours into the project and I only had the first couple lines done. I was like, you know what, this is not going to be suitable for a video, but if I can find the footage, I'll put a couple minutes of that footage in, just sped up at the end of this video, in case anybody wants to have a peek at the stamping and swatching process that I did with that. And I think that's all I have to show you from Marker Pop. I did want to bring up, before I forget, that Lawn Fawn is coming out with their very first card kit and their little stamp set. It's for using the Chibi Lights electronic. I did not order it It's not something that I personally am interested in, but it's really cute if you want to take a look. And I think the time might be running out to pre-order your kit. So if you're interested, definitely take a look at that. And I just remember one of the other projects that I'm working on this weekend is I'm using this new stamp set that I picked up from the Ink Blot shop. So look for a video coming with this maybe next week or the week after with that. And one more thing to show you, one more little haul thing just picked up really quick from somebody's D-stash from Pink Fresh. I'd never even heard of this, and I saw it and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then a couple hours later it popped up on my Facebook feed again, and I was like, that is really cool, and just looking more and more at it. And you know, with my love for the Zodiac cards and crafts and stuff, I thought this would be really cool. I love this solid stamp here, and it's got some hearts, so you can make some really fun scenes with that. And I really like that it's just a phase. Though we're far apart, we're sleeping under the same stars. When it's dark, look for the stars. So my husband is traveling next month to Atlanta for some training, and he's going to be gone for a week, and I'm heartbroken over it. I've not been without him for that long in the 15 years that we've been together. So I thought I might make a sweet little card for him and just hide it in his luggage so that he finds it in his hotel room. You know, one of the sleeping under the same stars things. So I'm not normally that sappy. But I do love my hubs, and I am going to miss them a lot. And I grabbed the coordinating dies, and this set is called Constellation. And they're brand new, as promised, and as far as I can tell, everything is brand new. And I think it was only like 13 or 14 bucks for both pieces. The shipping was separate, but really reasonable. So thank you. I think her name was Sharon that I ordered this from. Thank you so much. I'm not supposed to be doing any shopping, but these are really pretty. And I actually have another Pink Fresh set that I thought might work well with this. So anyway, so that's about all I have. Little haul, little chat. I hope that you are well, that you have a great weekend. Sunday is Easter. We don't really do a lot of Easter, so we're not religious. We don't really do Easter stuff, but we do usually do like a hiding candy eggs around the house, just something fun for my daughter to do. But my husband's working. It's just going to be me and my daughter, so, and she's actually on school vacation next week is our spring vacation, so we've got lots of crafts planned, we've got lots of play dates that we're still working on lining up. She has a couple of friends that are still going to be in town, they're not taking actual vacations, so, and of course the weather has been so nice, and our grass is turning green, so I think we're gonna spend a lot of time outside. Anyway, have a great weekend, and I will speak with you later. Bye! Hello again. This is that footage that I had mentioned that I recorded last week when I was making the swatches for the Gonzai Tombi watercolors. That was over 2 hours of footage for just a couple of swatches. So I decided it probably wasn't suitable for doing a process voiceover video, but I wanted to show you kind of what I did to make the swatches. So feel free to skip from this point on if you don't want to see. I have that stamp there from Waffle Flower, the swatches stamp, and I'm just stamping it up with some My Favorite Things Extreme Black ink, which is waterproof. And I'm stamping it on some Canson XL watercolor paper, and I end up having to stamp it multiple times just because the watercolor paper has some texture to it. And also, I seem to have this weird spot on my stamp platform where stuff doesn't stamp cleanly, so I have to put some extra pressure in that one. I don't know if I have some warping or whatnot in the paper. Because I needed a specific number of swatches, I decided to just stamp exactly what I needed, and the way that I did that was I placed the stamp, I aligned it directly over my other stamping so that it would only stamp extra the amount that I needed, and it would just end up stamping over the extra spots. And this worked out really well for me. And I ended up doing this for the other side as well. Oh, good, and I added a couple onto this one as well, as much as I needed. I decided to stamp out and use both of those swatch types because I wanted to see which one was better for me. I went into this thinking that this probably wasn't like my final swatch. This was just playing and trying to get to learn those colors. Some of my watercolors were cracked a little bit, and I think that's what I was showing the camera. which was not something that I had noticed before. And I'm going to use a just really inexpensive watercolor brush. I think I picked those up at Hobby Lobby, just like a generic store brand. And I have some clean water, and I do have I did for some of the colors, especially the first few ones that I swatched out, I have a little ceramic palette that I brought out just to, I'm completely new to these colors, so I just wanted to mix them out on the palette a little bit to see kind of what I got for colors. And there we are, pulling the palette out. And that's just red. And I decided at the same time I would go ahead and just do that little blob of color that I showed you in the previous video, just as a very quick reference. So the way that I did my swatches, the little swatch rectangle, if you will, has 3 different spots. So I decided to try to aim for putting a really dark, thick, saturated pigment of color, then adding a little bit of water and pulling it down for the medium tone, and then adding a little bit of water to the medium and pulling it down for a light tone. That's just an example for me and a reference for me, 3 different possible colors that I could get out of the one color of paint. This was really relaxing, but like I said, it did take a long time. And then fast forward to the end of what I had initially recorded. I didn't record beyond these first 2 hours. It was at this point I decided that that was too much. And I do want to apologize. I just re-listened to the first half of this that I recorded. You can hear my fish tank in the background. That's that bubbling sound. It's not like a drip in a sink or something. It's the filters on my fish tank. And that was pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or whatnot, leave them down below, and I'll try to link some products for you. Take care. Bye!